This dish is so amazing it happens to be Cristiano Ronaldo's favourite dish ever. So this is a very traditional dish from Portugal called Bacalhau à Brás, which is salted cod with potatoes, olives and eggs. It's absolutely delicious. So as I said, this happens to be Cristiano Ronaldo's favourite dish ever. A lot of you might not know, but I'm from the island of Madeira, and this was one of my favourite dishes growing up as well that my mum used to make. It also happens to be Cristiano Ronaldo's birthday today, the day that I've loaded the video. So parabéns, Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm going to quickly run through the ingredients. But before you do that, give that subscribe button a quick hit, like it and put a comment down below as well. So the ingredients are bacalhau, which is salted cod, salt and pepper, some olive oil, some parsley, black olives, whole onion, 3 eggs, 3 cubes of garlic and some potato. Pre-preparation for the salted cod. If you get salted cod, you need to put it in water at least 24 hours beforehand, and you need to change that water 2 or 3 times, otherwise it's very salty. Now there's no salt in this dish at all at the moment, so we will need to re-season it. There are tons of recipes out for bacalhau à Brás online, and a lot of recipes actually use these, but more traditionally we're going to use the potato itself, and I'm going to replicate and make real thin sticks with these, so let's go. Cut the potatoes, I've given them a rinse through water to remove all the starch. Now I've got them on a towel and I'm just going to pat them down a little bit before getting them ready on a tray, and we're going to put that in the oven. So with the potatoes, if you want to shallow fry them in oil, you can do. If you want to fry them like normal chips in a deep fat fryer, also I'm just going to put them in the oven just so they're a little bit healthier. So I've placed the chips on a tray, on a rack, and now they're going to go straight into the oven at 170 degrees Celsius. Now I'm just going to cut the onions into half moons, like this. Separate the onions apart. Now I'm just going to slice some garlic. So I'm just going to add some hot water into a pan. So the water's now boiling. I'm going to go in with the bacalhau in here, into the water. No need for salt or anything at this point. You just want to add it into the water and cook it for 10 minutes. This is completely optional, but whilst the bacalhau or the salted cod is cooking, I'm going to just cut some olives. I like to cut them with this. I just think it helps the presentation a little bit, but you don't have to, you can just throw them in there at the end. So eggs and fish, does it really work? Yes, it does. So what we're going to do is we're going to prep the eggs. I'm just going to crack 3 whole eggs straight into here. I've got a bit of shell, I'm just going to remove that with the shell. Now I just simply whisk the eggs. It's been around 10 minutes and I can see that the fish is now fully cooked. I'm going to remove them and add them onto a plate. So the bacalhau has cooled down a little bit. Now I'm going to just remove any of the bones, and I'm just going to start pulling it all apart and flaking it basically. Essentially this is what it should look like. You just want to flake it like this, and you just want to remove as many, well, all of the bones essentially as you can. Just get your hands a little bit dirty, or get the kids to help you. So bacalhau is the staple food of Portugal. We eat more bacalhau than any other country in the world. And it goes back from the days of where you couldn't, to preserve food, they would salt their food. Hence why we kept that tradition for many, many years. And it tastes absolutely amazing. We go crazy over it. Now time to check on the potatoes. Oh yes, beautiful. So the potatoes are ready. Bacalhau is ready. Now we need a generous amount of olive oil, so I'm going to go in with around 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to go straight in with the onion. Now, arguably the most important part of this dish now is cooking the onions really, really slowly so they become nice and translucent. You don't want to overcook them, you don't want any gold sort of brown colour to them, you just want to make them nice and translucent. So we're going to cook them on a medium heat, and we're just going to keep on turning them until they've cooked beautifully. I'm just going to go in with a slight bit of salt. I'm going to start building the seasoning now for this dish, and towards the end I'll rectify it with a little bit more salt and a little bit of pepper.
And if you're not working on
Again, make sure you keep on mixing the onions so you're cooking them evenly. Now the onions are becoming a bit more looser, I'm going to go in with the garlic. That's 3 cloves of garlic I've added in there. That smell is absolutely amazing. I did forget to mention, but I'm going to add a bay leaf as well. The onions are beautifully cooked, so I think we're ready for the bacalhau. This is exactly what you want your onions to look like. So I'm going to go in with the bacalhau. Cook that for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to add the potatoes. We're going to mix the potatoes in. Now at this point, be careful to not break the potatoes, you just want to stir it in nice and gently. Now I'm going to season a little bit more. Now I'm going to add the eggs. And again, you just want to stir that really slowly. Black olives, straight in there. Last mix. Now look at it. Black olives, straight in there. Right, I'm going to add half of the parsley in now and then half in at the end. I think it's ready. The dish, as you can see, is completely cooked. I'm going to go in for a big bite because this looks absolutely stunning. I've got a little bit of everything. I've got some egg, I've got some bacalhau, I've got some potatoes and olive. Oh my god, that is absolutely amazing. You have to give this a try. if you love seafood, if you've tried bacalhau before, this is the ultimate bacalhau dish. Thank you so much flavour, so much going on. Just before I go, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to Like That Clothing. You guys always support me and I really appreciate it. The link's down below in my description if you guys wanted to check it out. Until next time, peace.